Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad, and you're watching me play some Enhancement Shaman in the PUG Only Challenge. So, in the most recent stream, we actually cleared a bunch of +8 keys. We were not able to clear a Floodgate +8, unfortunately, because I just couldn't find a key at the point in time where I was trying to do this. It was the last key, it was around 11 p.m., and there were just no +8 Floodgates listed. So I'm just going to leave it at +6. I feel like that's good enough. Obviously, we also, in the previous episode, hit Keystone Master, which is wonderful. That means 2k rating. So we're just a little bit away from 2.5k. We just need to do some 10s. So the way this is going to pan out is I'm going to go ahead and do my +10 key today. Then I'm going to do a stream where I do some +10 keys, but I'm only going to do so many keys that I hit close to 2.5k rating. And then in the next episode, I'll hit 2.5k rating, sort of like what we did with the 2k rating as well. And in that episode, I will decide what happens to the 2.5k, or rather 2.5k to 3k gap. We'll see what we do with that. Initially, I thought I'd just play with my pre-made, but somebody suggested in the comments maybe I should just play with viewers. And that could be pretty fun. We could have a good time. Just get some 12s and 13s done until this character is 3k rated, and I feel like that would be pretty fun for everyone involved. Except for maybe the healers, because I'm bad at using defensives. As far as gear updates go, there's really not much to talk about other than this weapon that I recrafted with all of those gilded crests that we've been grinding. I bumped this bad boy up to 681 using the gilded crest thing, and then the gilded crest thing that costs less but adds 6 more item levels, so it's not 675, it's 681. Did that all in one shot, so it was very, very nice. Probably the next thing I recraft is going to be my offhand, so there's that. As far as other upgrades are concerned, I upgraded my 2 trinkets, and I don't think I really upgraded anything else because there's no other hero pieces that I have, and I'd rather just upgrade a hero piece than upgrade these that are champion. Excuse me, losing my voice, or rather not really losing my voice, but it's like early morning. I haven't really spoken yet today, so it might be a little bit more rumbly. But yeah, I don't want to upgrade these champion pieces because I feel like it's a waste of rune quests. I think I talked about this multiple times, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So hopefully we get some hero pieces that we can upgrade instead. So let us host our Theater of Pain +10, actually. That would be pretty fun. Let us start a group, +10 Theater of Pain, list it, and let's see if we can find a group that wants to play with us. Now, I haven't done any 10s, so maybe the applicants won't really be swarming me, but people are pretty keen on doing 10s for vaults and for the best gear that can drop from a dungeon, and maybe even for raiding, who knows. Also crests, of course. 16 crests ain't nothing to sneeze at.
One eternity later.
And here we go with a +10 Ascendant Fortified Tyrannical Theater of Pain. This took a long ass time to put together. I waited for a tank and a healer because inviting DPS just makes them leave because you have to wait for a tank and healer. We get the Mind Soothe. Took us just a second, but it's no big deal. We're going to focus on this Bloodhorn. We're going to put focus on that, but we're going to tunnel damage into this. Let's send our Bloodlust. I didn't spread my... damn, that's a mistake. I didn't spread my, what is it called? Flame Shock before sending my DPS here, but or sending my thingy with the stuff. Goodness gracious. A little bit low in the healing department, but it's no big deal. I think we got this covered. And the bull is now gone. The bull is the rough part, right? The bull is the part that will actually kill you in this fight when you start pulling it like this. Okay, we have a bunch of melee. I really would love it if I could just get that. There we go. Okay. Healer's definitely struggling a little bit, it looks like, but we did take a bunch of damage there because there's a bunch of melee. We were all stacked on top of each other. Didn't help that I didn't use a defensive, but I just needed some healing at that point. Actually, I thought I did. Okay, never mind. Whatever. I'm mismanaging my defensives. We're going to go ahead and keep this kicked. And we have another Primordial Wave into Doom Winds. We have a Doggo up. Let's just use this now. I don't mind. I'm going to keep kicking these. There's circles that I can't really see. We're going to drop a stun totem here. Kick that one. For some reason, it didn't get kicked. And I would have purged the other one, but somebody else got it. Okay, we have 2 stacks of thingy with the stuff now. By thingy with the stuff, I mean Tempest. And also, I see that this WeakAura that tracks doggos is just straight up not working. Like, it do not be doing its job. It straight up just isn't showing me how many dogs I have. I have 2 right now. I still have 2, but it's not showing me. It's kind of wonky. We're going to have to make a better one, but I'll try to do that after the dungeon. Because I don't think I'll be able to do that in the dungeon, right? All right, not too shabby. We're going to have all our cooldowns ready for the next pull. 2 minutes 20 is not the fastest I've killed this boss, but hey, slow and steady wins the race. I guess I keep saying that. Also, I didn't show the group. Here is the group in the bottom right corner of the screen. You can see the item levels across the group and the ratings and whatnot. If you're wondering what what add-on this is. This is just part of details. There's a raid checks or ready check plugin. All right, tank wants to go to Xav. I'm gonna hold my DPS until I see the big guy get pulled in. There is no reason for me to be sending my cooldowns into just these three when we can also hit the big guy. Now the tank doesn't seem to understand that this Arbalist is actually well, this is not great, but I'm gonna focus on the Arbalist. So the Arbalist is a ranged character, and he will straight up just not stack with you. I'm gonna use a defensive here because I'm being hit by the Arbalist. I'm going to take care of all of these, and then I will stack up with the rest of the group here in melee. Okay, now ideally what the group would do is we would all stack on the same spot so that when the circles come out, we actually have more room. But that is not what's happening, unfortunately. We kind of are spread out all over the room. But we seem to be making it work. We're just kind of dancing around it, so that works out. Probably not great for my overall DPS to be DPSing a single target off to the side, but that Arbalist is very scary due to the fact that he puts that massive bleed on people, and that is a pain in the ass, especially with no evoker in the group to remove the bleed and no other way of dealing with bleeds. I guess the Paladin could bop whoever gets in the bleed, but that is a long-ass cooldown. Alright, and movement speed totem over here, and then another one down here because I can move it, why not? And I'll reset it because there's no poisons for me to remove with poison cleansing totem, and none of the other totems matter as far as the cooldown reset is concerned for totems. Okay, gotta get out of that. Can't be dealing with that nonsense. Lovely amount of tempests we're having. I'm quite happy with it, honestly. It means I'm doing a good job spending my maelstrom and cycling it. And let's send a knock up here, kick this, purge this. Okay, get away from the big guy. Get away from the big guy. And we're gonna send our thingy with the stuff. Please don't pull that pack. I see him posturing towards it. By him, I mean the tank. And it scares the bejesus out of me. I do not want to pull that pack. I feel like that would be a horrible idea. Yeah, we're gonna send another Tempest here. 8 stacks of Maelstrom ought to do the job. We have some extra casts of Lightning Bolt that we can do due to Arc Discharge, the talent that lets you instantly cast Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning after a Tempest, and also makes it do a shit ton more damage. Now I'm gonna send all my cooldowns on this pack and hopefully have most of them back by the time we are on the boss. Alright, setting everything up. I'm not gonna send my Primordial Storm just yet because we can get a couple of doggos out. Let's send it now with a couple of dogs out. We lost the healer. I have aggro. I'm going to hopefully not have aggro in a second. We're going to try and heal our friend here. Paladin opted not to res the healer. I guess I'll move over here to try and cleave these Arbalists before they kill us again. I'm going to drop a stun totem here. That should take care of all of these guys. We're going to kick that, and they're all dead. Now we have to wait for the healer, though. Are we going to run past this is the question. We could skip it. Then the tank needs to pull extra stuff later, but I don't think that's going to be happening. I did send some heals over to my guy.
3, 2, 1.
All right, we just running. Movement speed, keep giving movement speed. Die healer. You gotta go back and you gotta go die. Okay, I guess we're fighting it. The healer didn't realize they got pulled, so here we go. All right, let's do this. Healer's dead again. Now he took the die thing a little bit the wrong way. Okay, well this is going to be difficult. Swift Strikes comes out. We're going to start taking a shit ton of damage. I have no way to really survive that. I'm just... Do I reincarnate? I think reincarnate is a bad idea. I'm going to release. I'm going to try to catch up to the healer. Bit of a shit show. Healer doesn't know about the skip. That's fine. Reset that. We don't have a way to skip that now, so we're just going to reset it and go again and fight the guy. It's fine. We can still easily time this, so I don't think it's a big deal. Oh, maybe don't release when the shaman's there, but that's okay. Shit happens. We're waiting on the hunter. Hunter is not moving. Hunter should move. Okay. I guess we're doing it without the hunter. Oh no, hunter's still here. He just dropped combat. Okay, well I'm gonna send my cooldowns on this. I don't really mind. That was actually a very slow way to exit that circle. That would have been pretty deadly. All right, we're sending the Tempests, we're sending the, whatchamacallits, the Wind Strikes, we good. Now I got a knock up for these, we can take care of that quite easily. Tank is definitely struggling a bit. It feels like the healer is kind of lagging on the healing. Actually, 1.4 million HPS should be fine for this fight. And I guess the tank is not cycling his defensives. He has stuff available, but is not using it. Definitely a little scared here. I'm going to go ahead and heal myself once, because otherwise I think I might just die. The healer's struggling to keep up. I think there's a lot of flash healing for a disc priest. That is not great. Not great. Okay, so the healing is going to be a bit rougher. I have to focus a little bit more on the defensives. I don't want to bloodlust this boss, but I will send Doomwinds here. Tempest and the Primordial Storm. Oh, the Primordial Storm was such a bad idea. I used my Maelstrom weapon on the, what's it called? On the Tempest, and then I didn't have any for the Primordial Wave, which is a no bueno. All right, think we're good now. All right, who am I fighting? I am fighting Coinbrew. Let's see, can I actually slam the bejesus out of him? I'm sending my cooldowns just because that way I think I can just maybe beat him. Okay, he sent out a big ol' explosive shot, aim shot combo. We gotta kill this thing as quickly as humanly possible. All right, we almost have all of our cooldowns ready, so let's go ahead and use them here. Hopefully I don't get sent back in. Maybe I should hold until I get sent back in, not to fight faster in when I get sent back in, but to use them when I get back, because we're about to get sent into, are we? Doesn't look like we are. I'm gonna single target the totem. I think we're getting sent in now. I should have just sent my cooldowns. I am overcomplicating this by so much. Yeah, that was a complete waste. For some reason, I thought we would just get sent in here, but we're getting sent in after this, I think. And a knock-up takes care of most of those. Purge. All right, it's not me being sent in. I'm sending my cooldowns. All right, I'm switching over to the banner. The banner needs to die. Reprime the lightning bolt because it was on chain lightning, because it was hitting 2 targets with the Tempest, so it switched to chain lightning, and we're good to go. That was a good chunk of damage that we managed to do there. I swear to God, if people were using defensives in the fight underneath, I am going to lose my mind. I did use like Primordial Storm, but that was because I wanted to keep my cooldowns synced. It wasn't because I just felt like it. I think we stay boss. I think we stay boss, warrior. I think we stay bot. There we go. That did the trick. Put down the totem. See that everyone has the movement speed buff. Reapply it here. Reset the totem cooldown. And it looks like we're going this side. Okay, we set down a totem right here. We move the totem again over here. I'm going to put a focus on one of these guys that does the big nasty cast. All right, and Primordial Storm. There's the cast. Okay, we're going to drop a stun totem, a knock up into the stun totem. I had to do the knock up just to make sure that we don't get a cast off or from the orbs. If I had noticed sooner that the orbs were happening, I would have probably sent the stun totem sooner and it would have worked out. Now we have the standard issue of range standing in Narnia on this pack, which means these guys are going to die very, very slowly. I interrupted the wrong one. That was my bad, but this one's now casting. We have a knock-up available. We're going to go ahead and use that. I don't have a kick available just yet. I'm going to lasso him. Yeehaw! There we go. Taken care of with the lightning lasso. High value talent for sure. That is sarcasm. Please do note that that is sarcasm. But sometimes it comes in handy, as you can see. All right, hopefully this time the ranged actually stand. Ranged come closer so they don't jump to Narnia. There we go. That actually, they listened. Holy shit. Can't believe it. I keep sending Primordial Wave with 1 Flame Shock active. I should not do that. And knock up for that because nobody is interrupting it. He's going to cast again now in a second. I'm going to kick it now. And the other one is going to cast soon, but we have CC for that too. And then... So I'm the only one taking care of that. That's good to know. 8 stacks to go on this guy. He's kind of beefier now than he usually is. I had to use my knock up to take care of the, whatchamacallit, the guy casting. So I didn't have a CC available for the affix, which is not great. I think we're better off. Yeah, we're better off going this side for sure. We just got to take it nice and slow. We don't want to pull fat ass over here. That would be detrimental to our timer. And we've already detrimented the timer enough by failing the mini boss skip and having a wipe there. So let's just skedaddle through that. Very nice. We have a movement speed totem. We're going to place it here. Then we're going to place it down again over there. Put a focus on this guy that does the jumps and the nasty cast. And we're just going to send cooldowns because this corridor might take a while depending on how the tank pulls. And there we go. Spamming Wind Strike. Spamming the bejesus out of Wind Strike. Okay, we're pulling the big guy. We're going to interrupt the important spell. And then we're going to switch to the big guy. Make sure nobody dies to this. Okay. Well, I can't make sure, but I'm making sure I don't die to that. Get that Chain Lightning out. Crash Lightning. Chain Lightning. And you know the combo already by heart. Okay, big guy doing a bit of a burp and a fart at the same time. Very impressive, establishing his dominance. I'm afraid and impressed at the same time. All right, gotta step down here. I'm standing in the poo-poo, but it doesn't do all that much damage. Tempest takes care of him. Running forward now will actually, I'll just take care of these. 1 and 2, and that's all of them. Never mind, there were 2 more. That's bad. But we can kick and purge, and everything is fine. We just, okay, tanks. Oh, okay, tank wants to pull the extra stuff. I'm gonna kick this guy, jump over here, and now we're stacked again. Saving Doomwins for next season, I guess. I don't know. Gotta make sure I avoid these circles because they will put a debuff on me like those guys have over there. I guess we're going into boss now, or what exactly are we doing here? I guess we have Bloodlust, so let's... I really don't want to send Bloodlust with my current state of cooldowns, but I guess we're sending it. A ranger are going to get the most of the heat here from these ads jumping around, but I think we can sort of participate in taking some of the bonks to the noggin. All right, getting some good value out of this Bloodlust regardless of the fact that I didn't have my Ascendance for it. I have my Ascendance now. We're going to send it, and things are going to be a little bit desynced here, but let's see. Can we avoid the hooks? There we go. We're going to knock all of these orbs up. We're going to kick this orb, purge this orb. Middle of Ascendance, because your boy is a team player. And then we're going to send Primordial Storm here, and that should be good. We're still in a safe spot, so we wait for the chains to go away. Then we move to the side. Beautiful. I hate this boss. This boss takes way too long. Absolutely despise him. All right, even when it's not tyrannical like right now. Actually, never mind. This is a 10, not an 8, Vlad. It is tyrannical. You got both of the goodies now. All right, we have a paladin. CR should go through here very quickly. I'm gonna try and help out the tank with a little bit of an off heal. I don't do much, but what I do, I'd like to share, you know? What does that sentence even mean, lad? All right, we got a gap here. Trying to make use of that. Our healer is dead again. I don't know where he is, actually. There he is in the stuff. We have a CR. I'm gonna go ahead and use it real quick. Paladin probably needs it to keep himself and friends alive. Bro, healer, can you, like, please stop dying? That would be like super cool if you could just stop doing that. All right, I'm just gonna heal here, I guess. Primordial Wave into a Primordial Storm, and then I'm just gonna try and heal everyone up. I'm not sure what the healer died to there, but he died 3 times in this fight because we rezzed him twice. All right, help our guy out. Jump these guys up. Let's please just kill this guy. Please just kill this guy, please. Okay, there we go. We did it. Yeah, our healer is definitely struggling. Definitely struggling. There's a lot of flash heal going on, a lot of penance, not enough power word shield. It feels like they're not utilizing all of their resources. I don't know much about Disc Priest healing, but I know that flash heal is not meant to be anywhere near that much healing, so there is that. I'm gonna move this totem here, and I'm gonna refresh the totem, and we can move it again. We can put it down there. Now, penance on me here would be fucking amazing, because I'd like to actually be healed. We put down another Windrush totem, and we put down another one right here. I'm looking for the first cast. First cast is on me. I'm just gonna move forward. And I guess heal. Bro, please decurse me. Healer, you know you can cast even if we're not standing still, right? Like, you can stop there and cast. You can move penance cast penance while moving. I'm gonna wait for the AoE to stop, then I'm gonna reincarn. There's the reincarn. I don't even have a stun totem. I have nothing. I'm gonna kick and purge as many of these as I can. The healer left. Well, we're not gonna finish this without a healer. What a dick. I mean, that's just a dick move. That's kind of shitty, man. Well, I'm hearthing out, and now I have a 9 key. So this is the PUG experience. Woo, so fun. Now I get to make this video for multiple hours. That's awesome. Oh well, I'm gonna keep this part, and I'm just gonna leave. They were having a bad day. They changed their keybinds. You know, I have no excuse. This guy played like shit. He died every chance he got. He didn't heal as much as he should, and it was rough. But anyway, we have a +9 key now. Doing a +9 key feels like an absolute waste of time, honestly. But maybe I just do a set of 9s and then do a set of 10s and then, you know, good shit. As Tettles would say, firm handshakes all around. I don't know, man. I don't want to do a theater again after failing a theater, though. And doing a 9 key is annoying. Nobody wants to do 9 keys for some reason. I guess if I can list it as an 8 and then just put the 9 key in the thing, maybe that would work. People would apply to an 8. Let's see. Can we deceive our opponents? Let us do this theater key just so I can get a 10 key out of it. Start a group. We're gonna name it +8 instead of +9, and let us hope for the best. Also, I just noticed my chat tab is not as dark as the other tabs, so we got, or as this other part of my UI. So let's make that match up. Something like this should be good. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. Anyway, I'll talk to you when I have a group together.
One eternity later.
3, 2, 1.
Maybe I should put the key in. My meta. Anyway, here we go with a +9 Ascendant Fortified Theater of Pain. Hopefully we get a 10 key out of this. It would be nice. Let's see. The tank can put this guy in a cage, and then we can run forward or slowly crawl forward. There we go. I'm gonna put a focus on that. Spread my Flame Shock and then send Bloodlust. All right. Focus interrupt that stuff. Let's try and get some doggos first, and then we're going to go ahead and use our thingy with the stuff. One doggo is all we get, so we're going to send our Primordial Storm now. I think we're good here. Trying to take out the Bloodhorn here very, very quickly, because that guy, that Raging Tantrum do be hurting. Searing Death goes out. I have 2 things on me right now. I'm going to have to use a big defensive. I'm just going to jump in this direction. I know I can't hit them for a little moment here, but it's better than kicking the bucket, as it were. All right. So far, so good. This healer is actually pressing healing buttons compared to the last one, so that is an improvement, a significant improvement, might I add. We're also doing a significant amount more DPS. Also, I didn't point out the group, but here is the group this time around. Honestly, wish I had this group for the previous run, but we'll see how it goes. We've only just begun with the dungeon, so let's see how this all goes. I need to move a little bit quicker here. I'm gonna have to switch to this guy now because we don't have actually the ability to hit the virulent guy, and I think it's a good idea to kill out Decapitato before he actually does anything else. We got a chain sigil to take care of those. That was actually sick, beautiful sigil. I was looking to see how I could get into the center of that, take a tick of damage, knock him up, and then get out. Beautiful. Love this. We did it in 1 minute and 40 seconds compared to the 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the previous attempt. But the previous attempt did have Tyrannical, so that is naturally going to make it take longer. But still, I'm feeling good about this run. As long as the tank does his thing, we should be fine. I don't think there's much to mess up as far as this is concerned. Just living is the biggest thing, and then holding W through the dungeon shouldn't be all that difficult. I should have my cooldowns available shortly here. We're again running into the issue of, okay, I think we're trying to, what are we doing? What are we doing exactly? All right, I'm sending all my cooldowns here. This guy needs to die. Get that Crash Lightning for the cleave, send the Tempest out, spam Wind Strike. Beautiful, easy, and efficient. Let's go. Now we need to switch to Lightning Bolt. We'll use another Tempest. That'll switch it to Lightning Bolt because there's only one target that got hit by it. So I think we're good. We were waiting for the blades to disappear. Now we're going to try and open up the area a little bit more. I'm going to stand off to the side a little bit just to make sure that these spawn as far away from the center as possible. We're not exactly stacked up, which is not great, but you know, we work with what we've been given. Interrupting Roar goes out. Good chunk of damage on everyone. Healer should be healing us up here in just a moment, so I'm not too worried. There we go. Everyone's HP is going up. Knocking these guys up as best I can, and gonna purge that last one. Only got 9 of them because nobody was helping me, but I'd rather just get 9 of them than have them buff up this guy. Excuse me, losing my voice a little bit because this is now the second dungeon I've commentated. Let's get Doom Winds out, beat the bejesus out of this guy. Make sure I don't stand in that. I don't think I've got the beefiness to do so. Beautiful. Getting some good refunds, getting beautiful refunds. Holy refunds, god damn. And by refunds, I mean I am getting Maelstrom Weapon back after using it to cast an ability, which in and of themselves were procs to begin with, so that was just amazing. I'm gonna do well on this split. Never mind, I just looked at my DPS. I'm not doing all that well on my split, but it's whatever. Gonna go ahead and, oh shit. Where's my Flame Shock? This guy. Okay, spread it, send the Primordial Storm, and I think that should be enough. We're going to drop a Stun Totem here as these spawn in. I have a thing on me. I'm going to go ahead and use, what's it called? The Knockup Thunderstorm to make sure that these guys aren't casting. Got to keep mashing more Crash Lightning. I feel like Crash Lightning is underutilized by yours truly. We have the Arbalest splitting off. We're trying to kill the Arbalests relatively quickly. I may have been targeting the wrong target here, where I wasn't hitting the big guy that needs to die first because he gives a DR to everyone else. But I think we're okay.
4, 3.
No, we're running way too fat, and yeah, that's not gonna work out. Yeah, we have to fight that. People ran ahead and didn't know that they can skip here. So let's just do this where we stack on top of the tank. And I'm going to send all my cooldowns here because they're clunky to use on the boss anyway. Trying to not die here. Keep spending these. We're going to go ahead and use our Primordial Storm now with 2 doggos active. We got a 3rd doggo. Maybe I could have squeezed it in, but I'd rather not risk it. And the knockup should be able to take care of all of these. Beautiful. Everyone gets out. Nobody gets hit by that. We have another Primordial Storm to use. This time with 2 doggos that we spawned in, but they're not being tracked. I really need to fix that WeakAura. It's kind of annoying. It just doesn't tell me what I have at the time when I have it, and that's a little bit annoying. Not going to spend a totem here. I'll use the totemic recall here in case we go to Kultharok, so I can send down a movement speed totem while we're running through that hallway. Waiting for the totem to show up, and that'll actually be perfect time for me to send my cooldowns here. Perfect. Hold on. Tempest should take care of it. Trying to send a second Tempest. Gonna hold on. I'm gonna send Primordial Storm here with the 2 doggos active from the 2 Tempests I cast. Beautiful. That worked out quite well. I get sent down with who? The Rogue. Let's see who wins. I'm gonna keep dodging. Yeah, I'm just gonna let him do his thing. He's using Killing Spree. Yeah, I'll just let him do his thing. I don't have Primordial Storm here, so I'm not too worried about it. All right. They managed to kill that off without us. I'm going to send Primordial Storm right away. Just get that cooldown rolling as quickly as possible. And by Primordial Storm, I mean actually the cooldown is on Primordial Wave. So you can hold it for 15 seconds. And then when you use it, it'll be at 15 seconds of cooldown. So you don't have to worry about syncing that up. But yeah, anyway. Definitely able to send cooldowns here as soon as I am... as soon as I have them, which is now. We're gonna send them now. I just sent Primordial Storm without anything, but that's a little bit stupido, but it should be fine. Should have enough time to just keep blasting the bejesus. I should be able to get full value out of this Ascendance, and yeah, pretty much not too shabby. Lost 1 or 2 wind strikes, but it's not a big deal. It's the Rogue again. This time the Rogue says beat the shit out of me. I got no cooldowns to spend or anything like that. I can do that. We got some Tempest to send on him. Doggos are beating the shit out of him, biting him in the ass, but we good. We get sent back, banner goes down, and Tempest and a Lightning Bolt takes care of the boss. Beautiful. All right, we're going to drop a Speedy Totem here. As people land, they should go through it. I'm going to move it over there now. We've gotten the movement speed from it. I'm going to use the Totemic Recall to reset the cooldown of Speedy Totem. We're going into that wing, so I guess I didn't really need it, but either way, we should be good. I'll let the priest get the buff, and then I'll move it back over here so the priest keeps having the buff. I'm going to put a focus on this guy. When he casts the nasty spell, we're going to interrupt him. The nasty spell being the one that'll just straight up wipe your group. We have a silence down, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Knockup goes out by someone. We're going to get a kick in here, and we're going to... Okay, somebody else kicks it, so we good. Very difficult pull here, especially if you pull the extra casters in. Then it gets very, very hectic. But with a couple of kicks that were up to no good, that started making trouble in my neighborhood, you can take care of all that real easy. Sorry, that's like an echolalia thing where I will immediately start singing the Fresh Prince theme song as soon as I say a couple of something. It just happens. I don't know, man. It's like a condition. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and kick this one so he doesn't get the big cast off. And we get a double Tempest into a double Chain Lightning and another Crash Lightning right on top of that. Just beautiful damage. And we'll just kick that. Never mind, he died before I could even kick him. I don't have movement speed totem, and it looks like that one is moving towards us. This one is about to start moving away from us, so let's go ahead and go this way, for sure, this way. Because I saw the rogue kind of whirling around, or was it the rogue? Maybe it was the why are we going that way? We're supposed to go this way. You go that way when he's moving towards you. All right, we should be good here to pass. Nobody pulled. Very good. Yeah, the people got a little confuddled there, but it's no big deal. We're going to put a movement speed thingy and send all of our cooldowns here. Why not? Screw it. We need a knock up on that. Chain Sigil takes care of it. Interrupt goes out as well. We're going to interrupt this thing because we have nothing more important to interrupt. It'll kill the group. We'll clear the pack faster if we interrupt that one, so I think that was good compared to just hitting this one guy. All right, we have 2 Tempests in the chamber. We're trying to build up build up Maelstrom to send it. We also have, oh, that's juicy. Yeah, let's try to send that. Let's try not to die here though, and then build up Maelstrom again for this. Kick this guy, Primordial Storm. Okay, a little bit of a cluster because I tried to reposition while also trying to figure out how to best make use of my resources here. And then I saw this guy doing his fart and burp at the same time, trying to establish dominance. And again, I'm very impressed, but also very scared, especially since I was in the middle of making some other decisions. We unfortunately lost our... warrior, why would you release, bro? We can just res you. Now he has to wait for the guy to do his thing again. That's a little bit annoying, but I guess we can pull the 2 mobs in front of the boss, maybe? Or are we just going to pull everything into boss? That was definitely a choice. I think it was a shame release, like a, shit, I'm stupid kind of release, but oh well. We're just waiting for the warrior. Hopefully he doesn't pull. If he pulls, hopefully he dies so that we can very quickly res him from over here using mass res. All right, we can see him making his way. He did a leap. Is he in combat? Is he bringing a friend? Oh, he's this side. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong side. He doesn't seem to be bringing a friend, so I think we're good. All right, and move the movement speed totem over here. We have bloodlust available, and let us go and send all of our cooldowns. Works out and lets me have all of my cooldowns for this fight, which is a massive pain in the ass fight anyway, so that is good with me. We're gonna kick that, drop the chain, drop the Tempest on the boss. Just keep spamming crash light, or sorry, chain. Wind strike. That's the fucking one. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Oh man, commentating, playing, and all that, and trying to remember all these ability names kind of gets to me at some point, and I just can't keep up with the thoughts in my head. We're gonna wait for the chains to go away, then we're just gonna start DPSing the boss. We're gonna send our Primordial Storm right away because it's not like I'm gonna know how many dogs I have anyway, considering my WeakAura just don't work right. But I do have an idea as to how we'll be able to track it properly, because it's a bit of a weird one. It's not like I get stacks of it. I get separate instances of the Crackling Surge for each dog. Tanks moving around a little bit. We're going to go ahead and send a knock up here, take care of all of those, and then we're going to spread our Flame Shock to everything and send out a couple of Tempests. Make sure we don't get hit by that, and then Primordial Storm. Beautiful. Okay, nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, that boss died hella fast because it's not tyrannical, so I guess it works out. We have movement speed totem in 18 seconds. Hopefully that is about when we start the next pull. I don't want to use the totemic recall here to make that happen. 5 seconds, 3, 2. Let's drop it back here, then move it over there for me and the priest. Then we're going to reset the cooldown of the totem and drop it again here. And then we have another one that we can use. Oh goodness, I got hit by stuff. We can put it here. And I guess we're not pulling that group in the back. This one's casting on me. There's a silence on all of them. We are pulling the one in the back. More flame shocks. A knock up into a stun totem. Send all cooldowns. Let's go. That is beautiful. Let's get this Tempest out. Get that Crash Lightning for the cleave out. And just spam the bejesus out of this. I've used my CC, so there's not much else I can do here. I can remove this curse for my friend here. I didn't send my Primordial, whatchamacallit, Primordial Storm. That's a pretty big mistake. But, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. There we go. Remove that curse. Tank's choosing left side, which means none of these bone magus assholes, which works out for me because they're very scary if you don't have people that interrupt on the regular. We're going to drop this Tempest, Crash Lightning. There's another Tempest we can go for. Knock up for this Tempest for the second doggo. Get the Maelstrom weapon and then send this. We're going to kick that volley. Beautiful. Okay. High APM class, man. High APM class. I'm going to put my focus on the Bone Magus. Also going to purge the Bone Magus because that way we get rid of that shield and he's at half health. We're going to go ahead and kick him now. Tempest goes out. I'm going to dispel this curse so the Soulstorm doesn't hurt as bad. We're going to knock up here. Make sure we prevent that volley because I don't have a kick just yet. He's going to die before he casts that volley, right? Then I'm going to put my focus on the Soulbinder. I guess I could send Stun Totem, decurse myself again. We're going to kick that volley just to make sure that if we run out of CC, we can still not get volleyed in the face for a bazillion damage. And I think we send out the Primordial Storm here just to finish off this group and keep our cooldowns synced. All right, Tempest to the dome there. Make sure that thing goes away so we can all just travel to the next group. We have Curse Dispel. We're going to focus on dispelling our healer. Everyone else is melee. So if the healer gets it, we're going to go ahead and dispel them. I'm not going to dispel myself. I'm just going to move back and forth. Okay, I'm going to dispel the rogue. So we have fewer of these to deal with. I have all my cooldowns here, but I don't think the tank is pulling anything extra. He honestly didn't. I guess he could pull. He pulled extra previously, so we don't have to fight the pack right before the last boss. Healer got the curse. We're going to get rid of that immediately. Like I said, we want to focus on removing it from the healer. Tank is still pulling extra stuff here. I guess we still need a little bit more to make sure we don't have to pull the last group. I am not going to send any more cooldowns. I might send Primordial Storm on the next group, but I'm not going to send anything else because I don't think it's necessary. I'd rather have it for the boss because it's a longer fight and I'll get more value out of them. Tank went, so we can go ahead. It's important to let your tank go first on these smaller platforms because you will get into combat the second you land. We're going to interrupt that so our tank doesn't kick the bucket by accident. I'm going to send Doom Winds. That's kind of a mistake. I said I would only send Primordial Storm, so I won't have Doom Winds for the next pull, which is a little bit annoying. I'm going to knock up here to make sure that Bone Spear doesn't actually get cast, and we have a kick available. We're going to go ahead and use that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Bit of a waste of Doom Winds, it feels like, but we're going to dispel our priest and move on. Sorry, hold on. I am losing my voice, yapping 100 words a second, it looks like. We put down the totem for the move speed, remove the totem over here, all's good. Put down a ground marker right here for this, there we go. And I guess I don't have Bloodlust. I should have held Primordial Storm here, but whatever. I guess I send Ascendants, and then we'll have Doom Winds for a little bit later. I'm going to use a defensive here because I have this thing on me. I'm really hoping to get a Doom Winds into Primordial Storm into let's knock all these up. Apparently I'm the only one that knows how to CC. That's cool. I think I've spent so many globals on just trying to do utility that it's kind of insane. All right, we get all of these grouped up. We get a Tempest on top of them. Let's spread our Flame Shock into Primordial Wave, into Primordial Storm, take care of all of those and move back to the boss. Tempest him immediately, get that Lightning Bolt queued up for when we get Ascendance in about 2.5 hours because I love playing with 2-minute cooldowns. We're going to kick this even though it was on the tank just to make use of our kick button. Rogue is dashing all over the place using his killing spree, which ends up with us getting a little bit scared, I guess. I got a little bit scared when I saw the circle on top of me, but it vanished in the next millisecond, so all was well. I'm going to send Primordial Storm here, and then even though I don't have Doom Winds, I feel like it'll be okay. I'm trying to move away from all that nonsense. Let's try and take care of all of these. There we go. Easy peasy. Do I hold Doom Winds? What do? I have no idea. We're going to stay in melee, then we'll take Blaze all of these, Tempest, Crash Lightning, and let's try to get another Tempest into it. Doesn't look like we'll need to. We'll take Blaze the boss, and we have Doom Winds for this upcoming thingy thing with the stuffy stuff. I think I should just hold here, and then the 30 seconds that we need to move to last boss will be what we use to just have all the cooldowns on pull. We won't have Bloodlust on pull though, but I think by the time we get to P2, maybe it's now just under 3 minutes is what the timer is, I think. I don't know if they maybe it's 2 minutes, never mind. I don't know the exact second count, so that is a little bit annoying. I don't know if we have just under 3 minutes or just under 2 minutes remaining of the sated buff, or debuff I should say. It looks like we're at 100%. We don't have to pull these guys. We could just go straight into the boss fight, which I think works out for us. Sorry, that was a little bit of a burp right there. I'm just happy because it looks like we're gonna 2-star this. I'll have an 11 key. That could be fun to do because that way it won't turn into a fucking 9 key the second I brick it from somebody leaving the group for no reason. Well, there was a reason the guy left the group. It was because he was eating shit on cooldown. It looks like it was just under 2 minutes here because we're down to like 90 seconds. I'm just sending all of my cooldowns because that kind of makes sense for me. I'm going to go ahead and use Primordial Storm now. Probably, I need to use it during Doom Winds is the thing though. I've been trying to build up Wolves and I feel like I lose out more damage from not having Doom Winds up than I gain from having Wolves up. Okay, this is going to be a little bit spread out, but we're going to make it work. Oh, that was a beautiful sigil. Holy shit. I like that. A knock up. Maybe I shouldn't have sent knock up. Now I don't have it for this. I could drop a stun totem. That should help. At least some of these. We're going to kick this last one that's remaining, and then we'll go back to actually paying attention to our rotation. We don't have Bloodlust just yet because we're just killing this boss so quickly. I keep forgetting that this is not a 10, so it doesn't have tyrannical. So the bosses die significantly more quickly, which is a blessing and a curse because I really wanted to do a 10 key here, but oh well. Let us go ahead and spam double. Oh, goodness, that was a big boy coming in right into the middle of our party. We had double Tempest there. We are popping off right now, getting good procs. Okay, this is scary. We're gonna move over to this side, dash back to the boss, try to clump these guys up. Should be good. As this one spawns in, we're gonna kick it immediately to get them all to group up. We're gonna lasso it. Yeehaw, bad boy. And we got freaking bull riders over here, and we've got lassos. We're gonna send Primordial Storm just to kill this thing because it hurts a lot when somebody hits it or gets hit by it, and nobody else was really kicking it because they were focusing on the boss, which makes sense. And there we go, 2-star plus 9. Thank you for the key. And we'll hit them with the definitely not shill message. There we go. I got some boots. Nice. They got crit haste though. Kind of shit, but I'll take it just because higher item level agility is the best stat. See you guys around and leave party. What's really funny is I just looked at the recording time and it turns out it took me the same amount of time to brick the first key as it did to clear this this other key. So that's funny. I guess it is a you know, a 10, so we did have longer boss fights and stuff, but yeah, anyway. Also, our rogue friend here, Terfis, messaged me at the start of the dungeon, "You the YouTuber, right?" I said definitely not. So hi Terfis, if you're watching this video. I hope you had a good run with me. I hope I didn't drag you down too much. Let's see, what was the item level of the group? 658 on Terfis, popping off on the Outlaw Rogue. We had 0 item level on the Warrior. I have no idea what their item level is, but they were doing great. They were really smashing it. If we look back to the start of the dungeon, we can see the actual item level of the group, so that's not a big deal. 654, a Demon Hunter that did absolutely amazingly well. I'm very happy with how they tanked. And their healer was 667, popping off on the HPS. I felt pretty dang safe for pretty much every part of the dungeon. Now, how did my damage breakdown look? Lots of Tempests, 80 Tempests, 54 Crash Lightnings, which feels like a low amount. I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong about that. And then 90 Chain Lightnings. I guess I need to get more Chain Lightnings in, but I don't know. Although with this dungeon, we do also get a lot of Lightning Bolts because there's 2 big mini bosses and stuff where we're Lightning Bolting rather than just Chain Lightning. So I think it works out. I feel like it's not too bad. Also, I think I'm going to adjust that WeakAura for tracking doggos, but that is going to be a little bit more complex because I think I got to learn how to do it. So what I'm going to do is whenever I have a new application of the Crackling Surge buff, I'm going to check the combat log for when that happens. I'm going to add a timer for 15 seconds, and that's going to show me how long the newest wolf is going to last for. And it's also going to show me how many stacks of the wolves I have, I think. I'm not going to do that on the in this video because it's already a little bit long because we had to do 2 dungeons effectively, but I'm going to look into how to do it, and then I'm going to show it off in the next video at the beginning. Hopefully you guys will be interested in that. So later today, what we'll be doing is we'll be farming some +9 keys, I guess, because I only cleared a 9. I can't be doing 10s according to the rules, which say I can only clear the key level I've already cleared in a video. So I'll be doing 9s for all of these other runs, and then tomorrow for the video we'll be doing probably an 11. I'll try to do this 11 Priory though. Oof, that's a tough one. Hopefully we get a tank that isn't completely lost and just overpulls like crazy. We'll see what happens. But that is pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe because there's more episodes coming. If you want to see what happens between these episodes, you could check out the stream. If you can't make it to the stream, you can of course check out the live section of this YouTube channel for the VODs. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode, where hopefully I figure out how to make that WeakAura, because I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work out. Because you can check the combat log, and then you can set a timer for that, and blah, 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 but I'm not sure how I'm going to get the count of how many. Anyway, bye.